So, how do you know whether or not the care in your home is positive person work or whether there are elements of malignant social psychology there? And this is where dementia mapping comes in. And I think Clive mentioned that actually there's an evidence base for dementia mapping. Just delivering dementia mapping seems to drive up the quality of care in a way which promotes a better outcome for the people in your home. It's not cheap to be trained. It's very, very controlled. It's a tool that was developed by the Bradford Dementia Group in order to assess the quality of care environment. And it's an observational tool. So the idea is you have a team of people trained in dementia care mapping who go into a home. They sit in only the public areas of the home. You don't follow a resident into the toilet or into their own bedroom, but you actually locate yourself in the public areas and you observe a small group of people. And the idea is it goes back to the VIPS principles that we referred to earlier. When you're observing, you're trying to observe from the perspective of the person with dementia. You are trying to put yourself in their shoes and imagine the impact of the care environment upon them, how they're thinking, how they're feeling, how they're reacting to it. So it's very controlled. You need to be trained before you're actually allowed to have the manual and know how to do it. You have to map as a team, so it's not just you that needs to be trained, it's the 2 or 3 colleagues you're going to be mapping with. And the process of mapping is in itself very laborious. So the idea is you will map continuously for 6 to 8 hours. So it's a very, very expensive process. But, as we heard from Clive, it's a process that does seem to drive up the quality of care. However, a big caveat, there are many people who are quite critical of dementia care mapping, and in particular say that despite the fact that there's so much training that goes into it, actually if you look at people's maps, they're not very reliable and they may not be particularly valid. So if you're going to do it, you need to do it well and very, very carefully, which will be expensive.